Okay, so then the next thing that I wanted to talk about was thinning the paint. On this table, I used Heirloom Traditions paint. I don't know if you can see that. This is actually, I'm pretty sure that they say not to thin the paint, but I have, and it works great. I've tested the durability and it works. I have sprayed on Benjamin Moore Advance. I thinned it out for a different paint sprayer, and that paint never fully cured. I don't know if it was because I sprayed it and I thinned out the paint or not. Chalk style paints, mineral paint, acrylic paint are all great to spray. You don't have to be worried about thinning those out too much. Enamel paints, I worry a little bit about thinning them out too much. I don't go over 20%. And what I mean by thinning 20%, okay, so we have a quart of paint. You put it in your paint sprayer, and it has lines on the sprayer that say how many ounces you've put in the sprayer. I don't know if you can see that. Well, let me know if you can see that. But there are lines right here, and this one goes clear up to 40 ounces.
I don't think you can see it.
So, let me demonstrate a little bit. Oh, that's the other thing. When you're trying to drain this thing, one tip that I have is pull, can you see that? Pull this trigger back, and it releases the paint out of here a lot quicker. Fun fact. Okay, very first thing you do, there are these paint filters. This sprayer comes with them. They have a little mesh bottom, and so the paint can get through there. But then anything that can clog the sprayer won't get through there. So if you get a clogged paint sprayer, you probably didn't use this. That was always my issue. So you put this on there, stir your paint up, pour it in, see how much paint you have in there. If you have 20 ounces of paint, I would start with 2 ounces of water. Make sure that it's water-based paint. If it's oil-based paint, usually mineral spirits, but also usually the back of the paint will say what's used to clean up the paint. If it says water or soapy water, it's a water-based paint. If it says mineral spirits or something else, don't use water. Okay, so you pour that paint in. I like to start 10% water to paint. So if I have 20 ounces of paint, then I put in 2 ounces of water and then mix it up really good. And then I try to spray it out. If I like how it sprays, we're good. If it's spraying a really textured finish, there's a lot of bumps in it, then I take it all back out like this, and I add some more water into here, mix it up really well. I would add 5% this time, or just a little bit more. So I think a quarter cup is 2 ounces. 2 tablespoons is 1 ounce. Correct me if I'm wrong. And just add water a little bit at a time and stir it up. This sprayer does come with a viscosity cup. This viscosity cup, you should be able to dip it into your paint and then let it run out like this, and you time it, and it should take, the owner's manual says 30 to 40 seconds. I think that 35 to 40 seconds is the sweet spot with some other sprayers that I've used. But when I sprayed this, the run out time, when I did that with the viscosity cup, the run out time was 2 minutes. So the paint was a lot thicker than what the manual says that it has to be. So I would just play around. Take some time and just go about it slowly. Don't be in a rush, and just be like, okay, I have 30 minutes to mess around with this. See what it takes to get this paint to where I like it. And then once you learn how to do exactly what you like on a certain paint, you can keep doing that ratio every time for that same paint. Can you let the first coat dry without cleaning the whole system? Yes, great question. I like to leave my paint in only for the day that I'm spraying. Like this table, I started spraying at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I put 2 coats of paint on it. So I sprayed, let it dry for a couple of hours, and then came back out and sprayed. And then within an hour or so, or before I went to bed, I cleaned out the sprayer. Some paints, like chalk paint, I have left in my sprayer for, I shouldn't say this, a good couple of months. And it still worked just fine.
You don't recommend it.
I don't recommend it. It took me a lot longer to clean that sprayer, and you just have potential to ruin your sprayer if you leave the paint in. But paint like this Heirloom Traditions, I would not leave it in longer than overnight because it dries hard fast. But chalk paint doesn't dry super hard fast like that. So when I get paint in my paint sprayer, I try to make sure that I am going to have time to get all of my coats of paint on there before the end of the day, so then I don't have to clean it out and then put the same paint back in it. Because even though cleaning it only takes 5 minutes, I don't want to clean it more often than I have to, right?
Are you confused and not sure where to start with your furniture makeover? Don't worry, I got your back. Click the link in my comment to download our free painting checklist so you can paint your furniture as if you hired a professional to do it.